Hello everyone, and welcome back to a new episode of Prismata. As promised in a previous episode, or rather predicted, my vacation penalty has accumulated, or it's caught up with me, you might say. And I actually just played a ranked game, which I thought was on camera, but it wasn't. We can look at it briefly, but I was saying in the analysis, I don't really know what happened. I tried to go for Blood Ragers here, Blood Ragers and Galvani's, thinking that like against blue that's pretty good, and you really need green to have Nevos against Chieftains. So I kind of like, you know, conduit into Animus Galvani, Tarsiers, and I threw in this ISO. I'm like, I don't know, my opponent just sort of out-econned me. And at this point in the game, I realized that my opponent was adding attack and not having any trouble defending, and I was adding no attack and having trouble defending. So it was a pretty clear give up. Lost a lot of rating points for this one. I don't know. So, like, was red just the wrong idea here? It seems kind of cool to have access to one red and one blue and not have to build a Blast Forge. And so the conclusion that I came to was that I didn't econ enough, and I couldn't really figure out the right way to do it better. Maybe just like, I don't know, I guess the red was the wrong idea. It warped the rest of the build too much. It cost me the econ I needed to be able to keep doing stuff. And also, like, Tantalum Ray always puts on more pressure than I think it will against red. So, there's that. Let's get back into a live game here. And in the meantime, we'll watch Yotsuba versus EN. Did I see Nitro Nevo, huh? Okay, that would be a funny one. I mean, it is their granularity, I guess. Oof. Yikes, this Amparilla is very vulnerable, but also seems pretty great. I mean, the Nevos really need to get through soon. I don't think they will, because of, like, force fields and stuff. And you have to build a Nevo every turn, or you can get Plexoed, right? I don't know, it's pretty scary for both players. Actually, I kind of favor EN's position at this point. 6 and 6 is 12, this defends. Right, like EN is up 7 drones. Down a lot of attack, but with access to Polywall, maybe that's okay. Okay, the opponent, the players disagreed with my assessment, and EN resigned. Well, that shows what I know, huh? Anyway, we have EN in base +5. New Phage. I don't see any reason not to get a third engineer here for Centurion. Bombarder is great soak, obviously. And Phage and Gaussite both sort of synergize, right? You get green without having to build a conduit. You get red without having to commit to 2. Seems pretty cool. So that's like, you'd kind of like to get red first though, wouldn't you? Before blue? Which is a little bit awkward for player 1. Well, or for player 2 for that matter. Because you want to build like a Phage or 2, and then a Symbiote, and then like 2 turns later a Centurion or something like that. And so you want triple D here, and then I think next turn you might actually just DD float in energy to get you access to red right away, because these are like important foundations of what you're going to be building. And I don't really want to build a bunch of blue stuff first. I wonder if my opponent's going to get a conduit or what. It's actually more convenient for player 2 to go red first, because they can triple D float, triple D A, I believe. Which I assume we're going to see here. No, a conduit. Ah, they're gonna cut right away. Third NG into build only 2 drones. Wow. That would have been quite a play. Not a good one, but a play. Okay, I haven't figured out what to do after this, right? I want this guy. I also kind of need walls, but that means I'm not really spending my energy very well. So I think actually I need more phages before I get that. Okay, it's a little weird, but I'll allow it. Oh, we're just gonna go into bombarders? Really? Yeah, I was gonna say, I think you want a Centurion, don't you? Okay, opponent's getting the Centurion straight away? Question mark? I'm not sure. Ah, okay, 2 Tarsiers. Well, I don't know. Not sure exactly what the value of that is. Yeah, here we go. So one thing I absolutely must have this turn is a second forge, because I want Centurion next turn. And I'm pretty sure I want a wall, so let's build that. Now what? This? Seems okay, doesn't it? Opponent's building NGs instead. But I think they're gonna have, what, 4, 5, 6, and maybe a couple more. I should be perfectly fine to defend with just a Centurion. Yeah. I see. They got the NGs so they could build a splitter this turn, I guess. I don't think this Tarsier should be a Rhino yet. But I guess I should look at how much damage I'm going to have, right? 4, 5, 6, 8. They have 2... Oh. Well, I mean, 8 is just wall Centurion, so they're going to be totally fine. So Rhino doesn't put on any significant immediate pressure, but it might be something that I want. To help me get into bombarders, perhaps? Because that's what I want now. I want bombarders. But maybe I can afford another Tarsier. Gosh, they're going to have a lot of damage next turn, huh? 5, 6, 7, 9, 11. I actually need NGs more than I need this. So I can get the Bombarder, right? 8, yeah. They have a lot more attack than I do. I don't really appreciate that. But hopefully this turns the tables a little bit. Do I need all these NGs? Probably, right? They're gonna be attacking for a ton. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, plus whatever they build. Meanwhile, all I have is these 4 NGs in my Centurion. Yikes. Ugh. I wish I had just like a little... I think I actually should hold this to save my Rhino. I kind of... Maybe I do want another forge like they are getting here. Or just a conduit for force fields is pretty cool. No. Forge for walls. Should have done this last turn, maybe? I'm not sure. Ah! A win! Amazing. How did this happen? Bombarders are OP, that's how. Really? How? I mean, really? I guess I'm putting on a lot of pressure. Huh. I don't know what exactly happened here. I mean, they're just really sad they're not able to get on the Bombarder train, I guess. Obviously they could if they really wanted to, like, hold a splitter. You're there, right? I think that would be a pretty reasonable thing to do. I get to keep the drone that way, which is nice. But, like, just how bad does that look? You do this. You're defended, but you're losing the splitter, of course. And like, I don't know, this only kills 1 attack. There's no way I'm getting another Bombarder here, right? This drone is ridiculous. What am I even thinking? Well, I have Bombarder and Rhino tempo, I guess. Let's try getting a drone. Did I need this force field? I forgot they're losing some attack. I guess I didn't actually. Well, I'd rather have 2 NGs than 1 drone, I'm pretty sure. This is looking kind of sad, huh? But, I mean, they can do what I did, buy 3 walls. Oh my gosh, I get to get back on the Bombarder train, though. That's so great. This is way greedy, right? Just buy more NGs. Yeah. And I'm actually just super defended and I can buy another Bombarder. Wow. Now, this is the wrong time, actually. They have a lot of defensive tempo stored up. I don't think now is the time to do that. I'm getting this instead of a Rhino, just like so I can use my green, basically. Maybe I should have done that previously. I don't know, but like the soak is really great. I don't think this is such a great plan. I'll just float the green. It'll be fine. I can use it for force fields and still threaten a click someday. Yeah, okay. On reflection, they were totally lost. It was not obvious to me, but they were. I think they had a funny idea here, right? Like, this is obviously not the correct line, but they may have realized, may have thought, gosh, could I have not gotten third engineer? Just like DD float this turn into DDA. That gets them ahead on the red stuff, but it doesn't get them ahead on drones, so I don't know. I still don't have a lot of experience with New Blood Phage, obviously. It hasn't been out long enough to have experience. And, I mean, maybe, I don't know. Some other players have played a lot. I don't play all that much. I play mostly every game I play against humans is on camera unless some mistake has been made, so you've seen them all. I play a fair bit against the computer just to kind of keep busy, but I don't know. I haven't played a lot with Phage in that time, and I haven't played a lot against the computer anyway, but sometimes I do. Anyway, my point is, I don't know like what Phage openings are like. Was this a reasonable third NG Phage opening? It seemed a little weird, but it got there. All these NGs, huh? Maybe one of them could have been a drone, right? I think. Didn't I float some money on the turn I did this? No, I didn't. Okay, well. I could have cut one of them, but yeah, I don't know. Opponent seems to have more attack, but I got all the key purchases first, and they got more Tarsiers and Splitters out of the deal, but I think just being behind on stuff, especially Bombarder, which is such a huge tempo swing, just made it a little too hard to keep up, I guess. Interesting. I had a few more drones as well, apparently. Even before the 2 force fields they built. I kept droning for 1 turn longer, I guess. Okay, well, I don't have any deep insights into this, just like, hey, that was a kind of cool, like... I can't remember the last time I did this opening. It's not very common, because you don't often have high econ red first, but here, there's very little blue that you want, and there's a lot of red that you need to buy in advance, so I think it was worth doing. Anyway, I guess that's it for this episode. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.